Test 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, test. I don't see us modulating on the bottom there. Go to no, we gotta add we gotta re-added it, right? Wait, which one is it? Numbered 1?
Mm-hmm.
Test 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I saw it. See that? Test 1, 2, 3.
It's acting weak though.
Test. No, it's fine.
Minimize. We should hear it coming over that. There we go. We already added it, right? Which one is it? Numbered 1? Okay, go back and test 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Go to the soft one. Go to the soft one. Go to the soft one. Go to
Test 1, 2, 3.
There you go. Now mute it.
Where?
Acting weak though.
Test. No, it's fine.
Minimize. We should hear it coming over that. There we go. We already added it, right? Which one is it?
Rewind it?
No, yeah, rewind. Go to the microphone and mute the microphone.
Here?
Yes. Mute this.
Here?
Both. Now now right click. Hit play.
Okay, now go tell me.
You know, IDLife, when we founded this company, the purpose was not to simply create a company. Quite frankly, the intent was to create a movement. You know, when you think of companies like Google, you don't even think of that as a company anymore. You think of it as a verb, right? When you think of the word apple, you no longer think of a fruit. And at IDLife, I truly believe that in the future, people will think of the term IDLife not just as a company, not just as a movement, but quite frankly, a way of being. You know, IDLife, obviously, we founded this company. The purpose was not to simply create a company. Quite frankly, the intent was to create a movement. You know, when you think of companies like Google, you don't even think of that as a company. One size does not think of it as a verb, right? When you think of the word apple, you no longer think of a fruit. And at IDLife, so for us, we're using that platform. In the future, people will think of the term IDLife, energy, not just as a company, not just as everything, but quite frankly, a way of being. To obviously help the body from the inside out, right? Because health, you know, IDLife, obviously, we founded this company. The purpose was not to simply create a company. Quite frankly, the intent was to create a movement. You know, when you think of companies like Google, you don't even think of that as a company. One size does not think of it as a verb, right? When you think of the word apple, you no longer think of a fruit. And at IDLife, so for us, we're using that platform. In the future, people will think of the term IDLife, energy, not just as a company, not just as everything, but quite frankly, a way of being. To obviously help the body inside out, right? Because health, you know, IDLife, obviously, we founded this company. The purpose was not to simply create a company. Quite frankly, the intent was to create a movement. You know, when you think of companies like Google, you don't even think of that as one size does not think of it as a verb, right? When you think of the word apple, you no longer think of a fruit. And at IDLife, so for us, we're using that platform. In the future, people will think of the term IDLife, energy, not just as a company, not just as everything, but quite frankly, a way of being. To obviously help the body inside out, right? Because you know, IDLife, obviously, we founded this company. The purpose was not to simply create a company. Quite frankly, the intent was to create a movement. You know, when you think of companies like Google, you don't even think of that as one size does not think of it as a verb, right? When you think of the word apple, you no longer think of a fruit. And IDLife, so for us,
I am so excited to be with you here tonight. I am so sorry. I know we had a little bit of technical difficulty with that video. You know, that's how it goes with technology, where you're trying to figure out how the whole thing works. And so we are going to get started here quickly so you guys can get on about your night. But I know you guys want to hear a little bit about what's going on here. So give me a second. Let me just close my office door. My husband's been running in and out of it to help me get everything shut off. So hang on one second, everybody. Okay, so again, so sorry that we had all of that. I'm being told to stop. So hold on. We're still trying to get this to work right. Okay, I think we have it. So I'm going to look down at my phone. And let me see. I think Nikki Ellis is watching us, so I'm waiting for her to tell me that I'm good to go, and I am the only voice you're hearing. So let me cross my fingers and make sure we got that. All right. Let me just see here. Good old technology. Not working the way I intended it to. All right, hold on one second. Okay, good. I'm getting the thumbs up. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Nikki Ellis, for keeping me on track. Okay, I've got my phone here next to me, so if something else goes wrong, you know, those of you that know me well, go ahead and shoot me a message. So, all right, so we are going to get started. I want to just thank you guys for being here with me tonight. Thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule and just giving me your attention. And I want to give you my attention too. So a couple things before we start. There is a chat window there, even though I can't see it right off the get-go with what I'm looking at. Actually, maybe I can. Oh, yes, I can. Look at that. I can see your questions. So if you are logged into YouTube, you can actually chat in the chat window. That is perfectly fine though if you don't want to log into YouTube. It's easy to make an account. You don't have to have a channel or anything. But you can chat right there in the window with me, or you can go ahead and just post questions on our event wall, and I'll grab those at the end and just make sure that I answer anything you have. But I want you to bring me those questions. That's really important to me that you do, because that's how I'm going to be able to meet you where you're at. So, all right, I think we're good. Everybody's giving me the thumbs up on my phone, so that must be a good sign. Anybody that is using Facebook tonight while they are watching this, if you're in my team, feel free to answer those questions for me online and just let them know that I can't see it yet, but I'll get to it. And away we go. So welcome everybody. My name is Kristy Dunaway. You may not know who I am already, but if you don't, welcome, and it's nice to meet you. I have some amazing news to share with you, and maybe some of you know, or maybe some of you don't, but I am no longer the jewelry lady. That title is gone. That label has been removed, and God has given me a new one. So I want to share that with you tonight. Those of you that do know this about me already, just bear with me a minute, because there are people on here. There's a lot of you watching right now, and I want to make sure that I give them a little background on who I am and where I come from. So I was the jewelry lady for over 10 years, almost 11 years. That was my world, and I sold Leah Sophia jewelry. I absolutely loved what I did. It was the best job on the planet, if you ask me, and did very well with it. Created a team of in the thousands. I at one point made almost $500,000 in a year. Yes, $500,000. It was pretty phenomenal, I'm not gonna lie. I had a really good time with what I did, and I'll tell you right now, there's nothing anybody could have ever told me to tell me that that job was ever going to end. You couldn't have convinced me of that. I don't know that anybody could have. Well, in December of this past year, that amazing company that I represented decided to close its doors. And no, contrary to popular belief, I didn't know that they were going to close their doors. I had no idea actually that they were going to do that. So I had to make a new plan, and what I knew to be my norm was no longer, and I really didn't know what I was going to do, to be honest with you. I took some time to think about it, to pray about it, visited other companies, and wanted to make sure that I was making the best decision for my team. I wasn't looking to make a decision just for Kristy. I was looking to make a decision for everybody that was following me. And I knew that the safest place for them, well, at the time, I thought, the safest place for them was in a new jewelry company. So that's what I did. All right, so that's kind of my long story short of how I got started in moving over from one to another. So I started a new jewelry company, and at the same time, my amazing best friend Dana Quintera said to me, hey, you need to do IDLife with me. Well, truthfully, she'd been trying to get me to do it for a while, but I was not allowed to touch another company while I was with Leah Sophia. And so I couldn't, even if I had wanted to. But I remember she kept bringing it to me and showing me, what do you think? And isn't this cool? Whatever. I remember the day she showed me that John Maxwell had partnered up, and I was like, what? John Maxwell? Are you kidding? He doesn't partner with people. People pay him to speak there, but he doesn't partner with anybody. So I thought that was pretty awesome. So fast forward, and I decided, yeah, let's go for it, and I'll work IDLife on the side, and I'll work my jewelry thing, because I love jewelry, and away we'll go. So I did that for about 6 months consistently, giving in everything I've got, and I wasn't loving it. I wasn't loving the jewelry anymore, and it had nothing to do with the company that I had came from. They were very good to me. They took very good care of us. Nothing bad to say about the new jewelry company I had went to at that point. I just knew it wasn't for me. I just knew that it's not the direction I wanted to go with my life, but I couldn't quite place my finger on why or how would I let go of this huge team of ladies that I loved and a job that I had always adored. So the summer came, and IDLife took on a new life. It really took on a life of its own, because really the entire month of June I was gone, whether it was vacation or kids camps, church camps, all kinds of things, and the business just spun out in June. And it was, for me, it was the calling that I needed. It was, you know, God's way of saying, you're going to be okay, and you can let go of this other thing. So I decided that at the end of July, after a lot of careful thinking and praying and experiences, that I was done. And I wanted to do IDLife full time. So I let go of my entire jewelry team, that entire income, and took on IDLife full time. And I can't even tell you, it has been such a ride. I am so excited. I just have to share with you, we are blowing it out of the water. My team in IDLife is doing amazing, and I'm so grateful, because that was a big leap of faith for me, to think that I could let go of something that I'd worked on for so long for something new. August was amazing. It was my best month ever. We are, my team is doing amazing. We brought on over 100 new people just in my IDLife team just in the month of August. My team is exploding out at the seams, and I'm super excited about that. So I remember these days back in the day when certain businesses did very well and grew like this, and I know what the end result looks like because I've already lived it. So I'm excited. This is my new journey. This is where I'm at, and I'm loving it. So let me tell you, I want to give you 3 key things on why I chose IDLife. Well, let me give you 4, because the first one was my best friend was a part of this, and she's a physician assistant. So no brainer, work with my best friend, and she has all the smarts, right? Because I knew nothing about health and wellness. Remember, I was the jewelry lady. Like, I didn't do any of that stuff. I don't even like seeing blood. So I knew nothing about that space. So I didn't have that confidence to go into this thinking I really could do it, which was such a falsehood, because I really didn't need to know any of that. But I told myself I did. So thank goodness I had that confidence that I had Dana there by my side. So if you're watching, thank you, Dana. That was the first one. The second one was the leadership that's within this company. I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, I've never seen leadership like this before. Integrity always first, God honoring, family honoring. They truly have the best of the best working at corporate. These people know their game. When I sat down with them in their conference room to kind of vet them, as you would, to make sure they were viable, I mean, they're debt-free. Their growth rate is insane. The investors that they have within their corporation it's bigger than I thought that any new company could have. And it's ground floor. They just started a year ago. That's insane. That was so big for me. So the leadership and the ground floor of this, that was another reason I wanted to get involved. The third reason was, let's just be honest here, you guys, the compensation plan was phenomenal. And I'm not going to go into all of that tonight, but if that's something you want to know more about, I have a quick little 5-minute video I can text to you in 2 seconds flat. I want you to let me know that you want that, and I'll send it to you. No pressure, just look at it. Because when you look at the comp plan that IDLife has set up, it's going to blow you away, especially if you know anything about these types of companies and how they pay out. I did. So when I saw that, I remember Dana bringing it to me the first time. I was like, that's a good one. Stay with that. So phenomenal compensation plan, phenomenal. I wouldn't have just let go of my jewelry life for anything, not just anything, okay? And the fourth reason that I chose IDLife is that they were revolutionary. They had something that nobody else had. Here's the question I get all the time, you guys. Kristy, why Health and Wellness? Why those kinds of companies? There's tons of those kinds of companies. You're wrong. There aren't. There's lots of companies marketing very well nutritional products that are full of junk. It's not even good for you. But they market it so well that it sounds like it is. I was reading something the other day about this company that they're a healthy company. They're a natural healthy company. And their energy drink that they sell to their consumers has 27 grams of fructose sugar. 27 grams in their energy drink. That's not healthy. That's not good for you in any way, shape, or form. So this is huge for me because I could look at the label. I could turn the label around of a pre-workout jar and I can actually pronounce everything that's in here. And I can Google every single one of these products and know where it came from and know why it's good for you and know that there isn't junk in here. This is amazing. Amazing. Okay? Everything that they carry is like that. We don't use sugar. We don't need sugar. Sugar is a crutch. We find healthy, natural alternatives to make sure that these things taste amazing. So for me, the revolutionary part of IDLife is huge. The core of who they are their customized nutrition. That's where we also get set apart. So not only are we set apart just in the natural sense where we actually truly are natural and not full of junk, but the customization of what we do is huge. So basically we have this amazing health assessment. You go in and you type all your information, your health history, your age, your weight, your medications, your lifestyle, what you eat, everything. You type everything in there and then it spits out at you exactly what you need. Okay? Not what IDLife says you need, what the medical journals show you need. The medical journals that we use are the same journals that your doctors use. So IDLife didn't design this product that they think everybody should take. IDLife designed a system so you knew exactly what you should take and then went out and found the best pharmaceutical grade version of that supplement. That's huge. I need you to get this. IDLife didn't invent the best omega on the planet. That's not how this works. There are some phenomenal pharmaceutical grade omegas out there. But the difference is that we developed a system so that you can get to the right one. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. So the customization of this is absolutely revolutionary. Nobody does it. Nobody does that. And that is where this becomes a game changer. When I feel comfortable going to my doctor's office and saying you can implement this into your practice and they can do it without worry, that's a game changer. So I want you to understand why we look at this the way we do. So that's a little bit about what we do. I'm going to go over a couple of other things, but before we get any further, I want to tell you, let me make sure I have that on here. Yes, I do. All right, so I'm going to give you just a quick overview of a couple of the products that we carry. Since I can't ask you guys what products you're interested in hearing about, I'm just going to show you the ones that I like. So how's that? All right, so the first one I like is this. Well, let's go with this one. The first one I like is this one. This is actually mine, so you get to see if you can. I don't know if you can or not. This is actually my nutrition. So this is my breakfast and my dinner. This is my personalized, let's see if we can get this up here. There we go. A little better there. Okay, so this is my personalized nutrition. It has my name on it. It tells me when to take it. Yep, breakfast or dinner. And it's already prepackaged for me in these little zip packs. So I love that. It makes it easy. You know, why are they breakfast and dinner? Well, I'll give you a little tidbit that do you know that if you take your omega, most people that take an omega, typically everybody takes their vitamins or supplements at the same time in the morning because it's easy and that's what you remember to do, right? But the research has shown that if you take your omegas at night, that's when your body will actually absorb it the best. Well, IDLife does that because we use those medical journals, so it's packaged in your dinner pack so that you know when to take it. Pretty awesome, all right? So that's the first thing we love here at IDLife is they take all the guesswork out and you just, you know, zip it out and take it with dinner or with breakfast. So the second thing we have are meal replacement shakes. Oop, let's get that over here. There we go. Now this is the chocolate container. There's also a vanilla container. Yes, they actually taste good. I have heard about other companies' shakes that taste like chalk, or I've heard of a few other references. No, ours actually tastes good. Actually, I think our vanilla actually tastes even better than the chocolate, and I'm a chocolate girl. So if a vanilla can taste better than the chocolate, that tells you you've got something that people want to take and they want to drink it. It's so good. And it's so good for you. There's 7 ingredients, just 7. Let's go this way. Let's go that way. And that way. There's 7 ingredients in here. That's it. Okay. No sugar. It's all stevia sweetened. Natural. Okay. It's all going to be sweetened by stevia extract. You've got what? I don't know, let's see, 7 grams of carbohydrates. If you know anything about a protein shake, that's huge. Protein, 24, 23 grams of protein. Let's see, 23 grams of protein. Huge. 7 grams of carbs, 23 grams of proteins. I know this is kind of the boring part. Yeah, whatever. But I need you to know how big that is, because most shake companies, they're sweetened with some kind of fake sugar, and they don't call it sugar on the label. They call it other things. And they don't have the protein and the low carbs that we do. So this is huge. The last thing that's really good about these shakes is we have chia seed in it. If you don't know what chia seed is, look it up. Good stuff, all right? The next thing I want to show you is our sleep strips. These are the ones my husband told me, you got to show these on your thing tonight, because he uses them almost every single night. These are our sleep strips. Okay, so we could have an entire company built around these sleep strips. We don't even need the other things. But this works. This works so well. Everybody loves these, and they're super inexpensive, and they have 3 ingredients in them, and they're all completely natural ingredients that your body uses already to get yourself to sleep and to stay asleep. These not only help you get to sleep, they help you stay asleep and help you wake up refreshed and ready to go for the next day. That sounds like a total marketing ploy, but it's actually really what they do. So I love it. My husband absolutely loves it. He's a shift worker, so his sleep pattern is always all messed up. I'm a good sleeper. I sleep very well. So I thought, when I take these, I am so much better the next day. I have so much more energy the next day when I take one versus when I don't. And that just tells you the quality sleep I get on them or off of them. These are awesome. Okay. And the last one I'll show you is our energy. We have a lot of different energy products. If I could see you guys right now and ask for raise of hands of how many of you ever have drank a Monster drink or 5-hour energy drink, I probably see all of your hands go up, or energy drink of any kind, really. And what's really sad about that is all of those things have a ton of sugar or sugar substitutes in it. That's not good for you in any way, shape, or form. Well, IDLife came up with these amazing little energy shots, and it's just fantastic. They have really pulled the lid off of this. We have energy chews, energy drinks, and energy shots, depending on how you want to take your energy. One time in a chew with a lot of water. These little babies are a lifesaver. These work. There's none of the sugar in it, none of the bad stuff, only the good stuff, and you don't get that jittery, like ants crawling on your skin, I'm gonna like go crazy. That's not what you get. You just get focused energy, and there's no crash afterwards. These are awesome. So, I mean, I could go through about a million other products that we carry, but the biggest thing that I love about what we carry, you guys, is this. It's absolutely this. It's our ID Nutrition, our customized supplementation for you. We already know that everybody needs to be on supplements. That's not a question of whether you should or shouldn't be on them. Everybody should be on them. There's not a soul on the planet that I can think of that shouldn't have some kind of supplementation. Everybody does. Why? Because we don't eat the way we should. So, and I'm certainly not going to start eating fish tomorrow because it's good for me. I don't like fish. Never going to eat it. So I have the right amount of omegas in mine because of that. So pretty cool. It's just product information. It's just kind of the boring stuff, but it's a part of who we are. So the next thing I want to tell you about is how this has affected me and my family. So the ID Nutrition, I thought, yeah, it's good for us. It's good for me. It's good for my husband. It's actually good for anybody of the age of 12 and up. Well, my son's about to turn 12. So I went ahead and put him on ID Nutrition. Well, here's the great part about this, you guys, is that my son Scott is ADHD and on the severe end. So he's been on amphetamines since he was in kindergarten. I had to pull him out of school so that he could focus and get his work done. And I heard through people who had taken the health assessment before that this helps with ADHD, that the right nutrition actually helps balance them out. And I thought to myself, surely that wouldn't work for my son. And that wasn't the case. Somebody told me, yes, it will. She says, I can't tell you it'll cure it, but I can tell you it will help. So I went for it. And I put him on ID Nutrition and took him off of his amphetamines. And I am happy to report that it's been 2 months that he's no longer been on his Adderall. He is Adderall free. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. All I need now for him is the energy drink and the ID Nutrition customization. and he's my kid again. He's the kid that he should have been all along, and I no longer have to pump him full of amphetamines. I just think that's the greatest gift that anybody could have ever given me. Whether this business is for you or whether it's not for you, the nutrition is for everybody. After I saw what it did for my son, I knew I couldn't hold back anymore. I could not tell another person how big this is going to be and how this could help them. Did it cure his ADHD? No, we don't cure anything. Did it help and help him manage? Yes. Did the amphetamine, Adderall, cure his ADHD? No. It was helping with the symptoms of it. I found another way to help those symptoms, and I'm so excited and I'm so proud of him. He's such an amazing kid, and he deserves to live a normal life and not have to pump himself full of that stuff. So I would have never imagined that would have come to that we would be able to do something like that for him. So if somebody you know out there is dealing with that, I just want you to just give them my number, give them my name. Let me just tell them about this so that they have a chance to actually try something for their child that isn't an amphetamine. I just think we owe it to our kids to try. We really do. The final part I want to tell you about is this business is amazing. And not only that, but the ingredients that we carry are phenomenal. And how do I know that? Because remember earlier today I said, hopefully you were watching the wall, I told you guys earlier today that I wanted you to get your labels out. Your drink mixes, your energies, your vitamins if you've got them. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to turn the label over. Let's say if you've got your vitamins with you, your multivitamin, whatever you take, Centrum or some other company's vitamins, I don't care who they are. I don't care where they come from. I want you to turn the label over right now. Okay, so I'll wait. Everybody get your labels out. Go run to the kitchen. Get your vitamins out of your cupboard. I'll wait. We'll give it a second. Because you guys are going to look at this label and you're about to learn something pretty cool. At least I think it's cool. So one of the things on that label is it's going to say, and you can even look at some of your other nutritional things too. Anything that contains like the B vitamins in it, a lot of drink mixes and stuff have that in it too. But I want you to look for the B12. Okay, so let me see. Let me find mine on here. B12. Yep. Okay. So I'm finding the B12 on my little drink, my pre-workout mix. This is, I mean, B12 is in everything because B12 is really good for you. That's why people put it in there. Okay. Now B12, I can promise you that almost every single one of you have a B12 in your vitamin, and it says as cyanocobalamin. That starts with the letter C. C as in cat. B12 cyanocobalamin. Okay. I know they all say that, right? Okay. They shouldn't say that. They shouldn't. It should say B12 as methylcobalamin with an M. M as in mom. Methylcobalamin. But they don't. I can promise you that there's not probably one person out there watching me right now that theirs says methylcobalamin. All of yours says cyanocobalamin. I know it does. Why? Because I have yet to find one that says methylcobalamin that you didn't get from your doctor or from a naturopathic. I'm telling you, you're just not going to find it. So why is that important? Yours should say methylcobalamin. If it doesn't say methylcobalamin, throw it away. Trash. Okay? Here's why. I'm going to give you the simple answer, and I can give you the documentation to support what I'm telling you so that you aren't just hearing it from me. I absolutely have the link for that. B12 cyanocobalamin. Cyan is the base. Okay? Cyanide. Not making this up. So your B12 cyanocobalamin has traces of cyanide in it. You can't make this up. This is absolute truth. And it's not a natural ingredient. It's synthetic. So it's not natural. So your all natural whatever you're drinking or eating or supplementing with is not all natural because it's got cyanocobalamin in it. It's got traces of cyanide in it. It does. I can't fix that for you, but it does. Okay? So that's one of the little things to look for. If it doesn't say methylcobalamin, trash it. If you get those B12 shots every month for whatever, thing you've got going on, same thing. All right, so the next one I want you to look at, okay? I'm only going to scare you one more time, I promise. The next one you want to look at is the folic acid. All right, so everybody thinks we should all have folic acid in our stuff, right? Because that's what you hear about. That's what your doctors say. That's what everybody tells you. Folic acid, especially for women who are pregnant or trying to get pregnant. But folic acid is really good for everybody. Okay, I'm not going to get into the whys and hows, but I'm happy to share an article with you, happy to talk to you one-on-one if you want more information on it. But if your vitamins or drinks or whatever it is you're taking says folate as folic acid or just folic acid, trash. It's not natural. That's synthetic. Yeah, can you believe that? It's synthetic. What you want is folate or methylated folate. And why that is, it's naturally derived and everybody can use it, everybody can absorb it and utilize it and convert it to what they need to. So it's all the technical part. I'm going to get into that. I'm happy to share the full amount with you if you want to know more, but I don't want to bore the people that don't care about this part. So, yes, if it doesn't say methylated folate, you don't even know that your body's converting it into what it should be used for. Isn't that crazy? So, just a couple little things. When it comes to sugar, same thing. Fructose, any of the oses, that's all sugar, okay? Sucralose, we already know it's not good for you. Soy, not good for you. Men, if you're watching out there and you're consuming soy, number one, if it's soy that was made in the U.S., it's genetically modified soy. Number two, men, if you're consuming soy, be prepared because it creates man breasts. I'm trying to find a good word. I could hear my husband's voice in my head calling it other things. So yeah, it actually creates breast tissue in men, right? I know all you men want that. It's soy. Women who have had a history of breast cancer or have a history of it in their family, soy, not good for you. Guess what? Almost everything has some type of soy in it, and we shouldn't be ingesting it. Guess what? IDLife doesn't use it. IDLife is gluten-free, soy-free, casein-free, sugar-free, every kind of free you would want. IDLife has it. They know what the very best quality products are out there, and they go out and find them and put them together for us. We don't have to worry about what these labels say anymore because IDLife is always going to go the high road and take the very best on the product that everybody can absorb and utilize. So, again, product information, but I thought those were two really cool things. The last little thing I'll share with you is why customization of what you're doing is so important. It's important because you are unique. Okay, God made you very specifically for a specific purpose in a specific way. And for anybody to tell you that these supplements or these vitamins or this drink will help you feel better, and you know what, it might, because it might have some of the things that your body needs in it. But there's no way for you to know if you're taking things that your body shouldn't have. Yeah, get that. So here's another little tidbit for you guys is that, well, for women and men, is that if you're a heavy smoker, you actually shouldn't be ingesting a certain level of beta-carotene. Yeah, the good stuff, beta-carotene, you know, vitamin A. You have to be careful on how much you ingest in it, but every multivitamin on the shelf has beta-carotene in it. How do you know what you're supposed to take? You don't. Did the guy at the GNC counter last time you checked out ask you if you were a smoker? No, he didn't, because he doesn't know and it's not his job. Well, guess what? That's our job. IDLife asks those questions because they know that people who smoke that ingest a certain level of beta-carotene actually increase their risk of lung cancer, sometimes by as much as 60%. I'm not making this up. It's in the medical journals. Okay? This is not some blind, independent study that IDLife paid somebody to do. These are the actual medical journals that come into your doctor's office that they have access to, but don't have time to access. Pretty amazing stuff. All right, so let's see. I think I've covered everything I want to for tonight. I want you to know this business has been amazing for me so far, my family. You know, we earned our car bonus this month, so now my car payment is covered. I don't even have to go out and buy a different car, which is great. I have a car. I love my little white Mercedes. It's beautiful. It's nice. It's gorgeous. And now IDLife is going to be paying that payment, which is awesome. We have a global pool profit sharing program within IDLife. What that means is that everybody in IDLife, whether in the Dunaway team or not, we all work together because if the pot gets bigger, we get a share of it. So we're all good to help each other, and there's none of that competitiveness going on, which I love. And the third thing I love is that this is amazing. So those of you that don't know anything about this industry, this may make no sense to you. But those of you that do, or maybe even worked with me in my previous industries, Typically what happens is the companies penalize you if somebody else does better than you. So let's say I bring on Nikki Ellis. Love you, Nikki. I love you. I love you. I know she's probably watching. So I signed up Nikki Ellis, and she's directly one of my personal people. And let's say I train Nikki no. Let me try that again. I am going to train Nikki so well that she's going to be better at this than me. And she's going to pass me up in rank. Now, in most companies, it's a bad thing. You either lose a percentage of income or you lose the team altogether. Yeah, not in IDLife. When you train somebody to do better than you and they pass you, you get bigger bonuses. So my goal is to get my whole team all the way down better than me. That's huge. So I love it. Everything that they've done, it's like well, I think that is what happened. I think Logan, our CEO, literally went and looked at every direct sell company and said, what do we hate about direct sell companies and their comp plan and their programs and in their products? And let's just do it the other way around. Let's just make sure there's no holes that can be poked in anything we're doing. And that's what they did. So we've got some amazing investors. Jen Widestrom, she's from The Biggest Loser. She's pretty phenomenal. She is the trainer to the stars on The Biggest Loser. So she is one of our partners, not a paid endorser. We don't pay anybody to endorse us, not at all. John Maxwell, Darwin Deason. Now, I didn't know who Darwin Deason was until I got involved with this, but he's apparently the inventor of the ATM machine. So every time you swipe your card, he gets a cut. Troy Aikman, he's another investor. The Perot family, they're investors. We have billionaire investors, and we don't pay them. They pay us. That's when you know you've got your hands on something good. We didn't have to convince them to invest. They saw what we had, they said, we want in. And that was it. So I hope you guys have learned a little bit tonight. I want to stick around and answer questions. So if you've got a question, feel free to use the chat window, or you can absolutely ask me on my Facebook wall or in the Facebook event. Anything you guys want to know, I want to be able to give you those answers. I know most people think, oh, direct sales is one of those things, one of those pyramid things. Well, pyramid schemes are illegal, and we're a legally operating company. And those of you that have known me know that I know how to make these businesses work, because that's what I've done for 10 years. Now 11. September is my 11-year mark. So now 11 years. And if anybody can do this, if I can do this, anybody can do this. This is not a difficult system. All it takes is consistency and you to have a passion to help other people. If you've got a passion to help somebody else and you can be consistent, you can have everything you've ever wanted out of this. So I want you to let me know, because I want you on my team. I want you to be a part of our September growth, and stay tuned, because we've got some big, huge announcements coming up the middle of September, some brand new products that IDLife is launching, and that's all I can say. I can't tell you anything else. So, but you'll start seeing me spout off about that here coming soon. I want you to get on my team before that starts, so as soon as you hear about it, you're off and running with it. I will mentor you every step of the way. If somebody else invited you to this webcast tonight, make sure you get back with them and let them know, hey, I heard Kristy's talk tonight and I am in. And I'm willing to help you too. We are all willing to help and work together. So you guys have an amazing evening. If you've got questions, just let me know, and have a wonderful, wonderful night. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Webcast tonight, make sure you get back with them and let them know, hey, I heard Kristy's talk tonight and I am in. And I'm willing to help you too. We are all willing to help and work together. So
we founded this
you guys
company,
have an amazing evening.
the purpose was
If
not
you've got
to simply
questions,
create
just let me
a
know,
company.
and have a
Quite frankly,
wonderful, wonderful night.
the intent was to
Talk
create a
to you soon.
movement.
Bye-bye.
You know, when you think of companies like Google, you don't even think of that as a company anymore. You think of it as a verb, right? When you think of the word apple, you no longer think of a fruit. And at IDLife, I truly believe that in the future, people will think of the term IDLife.
Webcast tonight, make sure you get back with them and let them know, hey, I heard Kristy's talk tonight and I am in. And I'm willing to help you too. We are all willing to help and work together. So
we founded
you
this
guys
company.
have an amazing
The
evening.
purpose
If
was
you've
not
got
to simply
questions,
create
just let
a
me know,
company.
and have a
Quite frankly,
wonderful, wonderful night.
the intent was to create a movement. You know, when you think of companies like Google, you don't even think of that as a company anymore.